Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster, honored guest. I have a girl's name. It's Feibi. Today I would like to share with you about my life using a very simple acronym that I came up. L-I-F-E. Legacy stands for my legacy with my family. Inspiration, my father. Faith, my faith, that's in Jesus Christ. And evolution, my evolution, self-improvement. As I lead into my speech, I will begin with a thought. I may build a beautiful house, but eventually it will crumble. I may develop a fine career, but at some point it will be over. I may save a great sum of money, but I can't take it with me. I may be in superb health, but with time it will decline. I may take pride in my accomplishments, but someone will surpass me. Discouraging? Well, I should be discouraged, but I'm not. Because there's one thing that I know. There's one thing that matters, and it's the only thing that matters, and that is my family. And with that, I introduce L as part of the first letter, legacy, to my family. I grew up in a family of 6. My father's name is Adam, my mom's name is Eve, and I have four brothers. Their names are Fei Li, Fei Yi, Fei Fan, and I'm Feibi, and that's in Chinese. In English, it's Phoebe. This is the Chinese character for the number 4, as you can see. And this is the Chinese character for Fei, which means opposite of. It's a pictorial language, right? Opposite of, like a mirror. If you take the number 4 and the character Fei together, top to bottom, you have the character sin. Ergo, my father Adam and the 4 boys were a bunch of sinners. That's because my dad is a Christian minister. And I don't know how he foresaw it, but it kind of worked out that way. So it kind of reminds us that we're sinners saved by grace of God. And my name is Feibi. B means to be compared. So opposite of comparable means I cannot be compared. Means I'm uncomparable. And if you look at this character, these looks like eyes with happy faces on it. And on the top, that looks like wrinkles on my forehead. That's why I have Botox on my forehead. Watch. And I move it. Second letter, I for inspiration. My inspiration is my father. The reason my father is my inspiration because he had vision. He had a vision to come to the United States in early 1981 to give us a better life and better opportunity. And my father is my inspiration because of his love and commitment for the family. I remember when I was a child, when I would be sick, I would feel a hand over my forehead through the night, even though I had a fever, but I felt confident, I felt peaceful, because I knew my father was praying for me through the night. I remember a time when my oldest brother, Fei Li, was 14 years old. We were very poor. We didn't have money to buy parties and gifts. And he was kind of moping in the garage. My father went up to him and said, "Son, I'm sorry, I don't have money to provide you with more gifts. But what I have here is a Coke. It's a Coca-Cola." And my brother opened that Coke and chugged it down, and that was the best gift that he had. And today, if you go to his house, you open a fridge, there's a bunch of Coca-Cola cans. My father is an inspiration because of his sacrifice and commitment to the family. And I quote Clarence E. Kellen, "My father didn't tell me how to live, he lived, and let me watch him do it." I feel that's how my father is. He taught by his action and by his example and by the way he lived his life. And that leads to the third F. For faith, L-I-F. My faith is in Jesus Christ. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only begotten Son, that whoever shall believe in him shall not perish but have eternal life. Don't worry, I'm not trying to preach. It's not a sermon. This is a proclamation of my faith. And I believe that if I died today, that's where I would be, in heaven. Although I wouldn't recommend modeling your Christianity after me because I haven't gone to church for a long time. I am working on that. And lastly is E, evolution. I believe my life is always evolving and I'm always growing as a leader. When I was a kid, I loved business. And I would collect cans to sell for recycling. And I would be the guy that sells candy bars when there wasn't a fundraising. And I would also string tennis rackets for the tennis team. I was always an entrepreneur. And when I graduated from medical school, I opened 2 businesses, one called Slim Short Skin Pro, which does medical. And recently, I started an internet marketing business, and now I'm on track to making an additional 6 figures every 15 months. And that has led my journey in my evolution to Toastmasters, which is my striving to become a better leader, a better communicator. And I finish with this quote. I cannot go back and make a brand new start, but I can start and make a brand new end. Mr. Toastmaster.